It has been 10 years almost since Fully Flared. Do you feel old yet? Fully Flared, in my opinion, is one of the greatest films in skateboard history. We have to come together and make this happen. So whenever Lakai announced that they were going to make the flare, I jumped so much in the air. I was on a hype train. I was screaming. I was like, Dad, look, they're back. And Dad's like, I don't care. And now that it's here, now that the dust has settled, what do I think about it? Well, let's start off with some history for Lakai. Lakai was made as a shoe company established in 1999, as you can tell from the shoe. And they were sort of like a sister company, and they still are a sister company of girls skateboards, chocolate skateboards, 4-star, Lakai. And they all went together. There's some riders that ride for all of them, but they all just coincide together. And finally, we were able to bring ourselves a new movie. Now there have been 3 major ones. The tour video will be Where the Flare, which is sort of the beginning of the original Flare trilogy. Fully Flared, which is probably as good as skateboard films is going to get. And The Final Flare. The Final Flare being a documentary on how they made Fully Flared. And if you haven't checked out The Final Flare, you need to check that out right now. The whole story behind it is so incredible. How like skaters were dropping out and dropping back in, and it all wrapped around. And so Lakai made this little short teaser, and it hyped me up, it hyped everyone up, and then they dropped another one where they didn't show what Riley did, but they swore it was sick, and we're all so hyped. And they're making this like the Force Awakens type comeback where you're just unexpecting something great. And I'm going to get into it. Let's talk about the first thing that's so crazy, the intro. Now, Girl obviously has some amazing intro. We can go back and look at Pretty Sweet, where they used one of the first drones in a skate video flying through, and it makes one continuous shot. Incredible. I love one continuous shots, and that one at the time was really great. But the epitome of skate intros goes to Fully Flared, the Lakai video. And if you don't know it, I'll show a clip right here. It was intense. My brother, who doesn't even like skateboarding, watched it and thought it was one of the most amazing things he's seen in skateboard cinematography. Now, what happens in their visual effect? This had me and my brother, because my older brother watched it, the intro with me, had us stumped for hours. We were looking at it just like this. Let me explain the effect. It is as if you are rolling around in the ground, coming back up, looking at the trick, and then going back in this weird fisheye view. And it's really, really trippy. And it also, in other clips, there's just fisheyes just breaking, and you get to see that. I think whenever Jesus Fernandez, whenever Jesus Fernandez breaks a fisheye, you show that, and then, you broke my fisheye, I didn't come all the way to line to break your fisheye, man. And it is a mixture between both of those. And wow. If you watch the 9 Club podcast, which I'll link down in the description, they talk about how many fisheyes they broke. They broke a ton of fisheyes filming it. And in all honesty, this is really high up there. It is probably like the 2nd best intro in girl history, maybe even in skateboard history. Now let's talk about the soundtrack. As you guys know, I pay attention a lot to music. Like the Way Days, I hated their soundtrack because it seemed like just random skate songs or random songs. This one included some great music. David Bowie, De La Soul, they have that song Me, Myself and I. Iron Maiden, Donovan, Metallica. Ooh, Metallica. And whenever I think of Lakai, I think of a classic hip-hop type setting, in which they do have it, but they also mix a lot of rock and a lot of other genres, and it just turns out really, really good. One topic that I want to get to is the history of girl/chocolate amps. They're usually, a lot of them have been, spotlighted in Lakai videos. For instance, Fully Flared, we got our first full part of Mike Moe and Alex Olsen, and as you know, now they are controlling the industry. Alex Olsen is a huge part of Supreme, and Mike Moe is a huge entrepreneur in skateboarding. And whenever girl amps come in, the whole world watches them. So there's a lot of pressure. And, you know, we had Sean Malto, like I said, Mike Moe and Alex Olsen, Corey Kennedy, Vincent Alvarez, Steven Perez, all the rest of the Trump boys. All these guys, the spotlight was on them, even if they were like 10 whenever they joined. They all own the industry now. Think about it. You go to the fairs, who are you gonna see? You're gonna see Sean Malto hanging out with Mike Moe. Mike Moe, I'm waiting for your return. You are awesome. Corey Kennedy has one of the biggest shoes in the world. Vincent Alvarez, the Truck Boys, those guys will go down in history as one of the most legendary uptown or upriver? I don't know.
So upriver.
So whenever they announce Manchild and Simon are just these two just gnarly people. Simon is this huge like rail type skater. Manchild is this like mixture of rails, tech, and this was their first video part. How did they handle it? Well, I personally believe they both have separate parts. I might add. They weren't sharing a part. They both had completely separate parts, but they both stole the show. Tyler Manchild, that's all I can say. He is probably one of the craziest skateboarders out there right now. And by crazy, I literally mean like he's always like,
hey, you better wingman me, dude. Come wingman me.
Manchild.
Hey, just wingman me.
Manchild, hey, talk into the microphone, settle down.
he lives up to his name, Manchild. And he had one of the most amazing parts in that video. Simon B. I'm just gonna call you that. Simon, I cannot tell you how incredible some of those rails you skated were. I don't know if you noticed that. You ever look at your own footage and everyone's like, yeah, dude, that was insane. And you're just like, huh. Like an artist that's never pleased with his work. Simon, I promise you, if you feel that way, come talk to me. I will hug you, I will kiss you in the cheek, I will show you love that only a fan can. We're gonna talk just straight up, second video part, Sebo Walker. Who Sebo Walker is known for his variations of the no comply, his tech ledge skating, all this Spanish stuff. And what was he gonna do for one of the first major video parts he has? Well, he's gonna combine that with actual skateboarding, and it was fantastic. I promise you, if there's a ledge, if there's a stair set, Sebo Walker can do the craziest things down. Now, that is probably my favorite part that I enjoy. Maybe not the best, in your opinion. Because you gotta have to like that sort of hipster style. If you don't like that sort of hipster style, we got a little John, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Ciano. And this guy skates so raw. Like, he's alling bump to bump that's humongous, and there's a street gap right in the middle, like an actual street. And he's probably one of the craziest, like, most raw skateboarders. Like, there's no other word to describe. He's probably one of the rawest guys on Lakai right now. Now, let's talk about Raven. That's Raven right there. You get to see this, actually. It's in the trailer, too. You get to see this in the video. And Raven, he is one of my favorite of the girl chocolate game right now. Stop talking to me, dude. How did he do? He came through with some foot. He shared it with Cody, and I have to say, I'm sorry, Cody, but you didn't come through as hard as Raven, and I know that might just be my hype for Raven, but Raven, you came through. Cody, that's not to say you aren't immensely talented. Wow, that was great. Now let's talk about the young guys. These are the Flo and Ams of Lakai. We got Yanni Cruz, who is this probably more Instagram and GX famous guy. What on earth? This guy goes through with raw street clips, but also he can like skate ledges and all this. He's talented. Johnny boy. Okay, let's talk about you, bro. I'm gonna plug something, and I know you guys are like, oh my god, Mish about plugging. But this guy, his whole family has passed away recently. I believe there was a car accident, and I just like to plug him in a way. I don't know him personally. I live in the middle of Arkansas. I don't know any of these pros. So Johnny, if you could like follow Johnny, and I'll check if his if you're able to send him money or whatever, because Johnny, I don't know what you're going through. I can't say that I do, but I am so sorry. I know I had nothing to do with this, obviously, but dude, you just keep up your good work. And you're going to bounce it back up and you're going to get this. That's even if Johnny really sees this. Thank you. Now let's talk about your footage. It was incredible. You are talented. You are tall. Because that fisheye couldn't get all of you. You are gnarly. Moving on. James. I didn't really pay attention to your clips. And Nico. Wow. Nico, you're like a mixture of like a trendy Supreme kid with like gnarly. You are like Lakai's Tyshawn Jones. That was a dope part. That sex change down the hill was insane. Respect to you, Nico. Also, while I'm out here plugging people, Yanni Cruz, you are also pro. This is a rare occasion where a flow guy goes straight over AM to pro. Congratulations, legendary. Legendary. I can't wait to see a full part. There was an old guy montage, I like to call it, with Jesus Fernandez, Mike Carroll, Danny, Rick Howard, and it's weird because I haven't seen Rick Howard footage since Fully Flared. I don't think he puts out as much as he used to, and he still got it, dude. He's still like this fun, like laid back dude, which is what everyone loves about Girl. How fun they are. How entertaining it is watching them because they look like they're just having fun, and they can still contain a whole bunch of gnarliness. So Jesus Fernandez keeps breaking fish eyes, but that's okay, we'll forgive him. And I have to be honest with you guys, I don't know what Jesus Fernandez does. He does like back lips, 360 front side shoves out. It's really confusing, but it's cool, and I really enjoy watching this footage. I like this little bones part. Great skater, great talented skater. I think that he's one of the pioneers in ledge skating. Vincent Alvarez. You were up there. You were like fighting to beat Pretty Sweet. I can't say I personally like your Pretty Sweet part more, but that part was insane. Some of the tricks you did, like that, oh, that'd be a spoiler if I said it. That manual variation at the end, intense, dude, intense. Very raw. Stevie Perez is probably my favorite chocolate skater. And he knocked down his Pretty Sweet part with this one because he broke his hip. There's beautiful music. Atlantis was the song by Donovan. Great video part. Let's talk about Riley Hawk, who is so far my favorite video part of 2017. Is it Sodi material? I don't think so, but it's Riley Hawk. He could come out with something next. You know, also his dad has some clips in this. Everybody has some clips in this, dude. Such a great video. I think that this video is definitely worth the buy. Don't wait for it to come out. So, I would like to say, I'd give this a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 on the head. And I hope you enjoyed this. Leave a like, leave a comment. Go donate to Johnny if that's still available. And go watch the 9 Club podcast. Thank you guys so much. God bless. As I was saying before, I got rudely interrupted by my camera dying. God bless. Peace out. Please subscribe, like, donate to that Johnny Jones. What did I even say? I probably said his name wrong. Oh my lord, I'm gonna be so embarrassed. Yeah, I did say his name right. Johnny Jones. Go donate to Johnny Jones. Watch the 9 Club podcast that I was talking about. Watch the trailer. All that'll be in the link in the description. Thank you very much. God bless. Peace out. I am the